because it didn't work out financially. A lot of them, are just tired of how this industry works, and so they kind of abandoned it.
Especially these days. Mm-hmm.
I just want to still be able to love it in 10 years.
Well, and the reason why I asked you 10 years now is because when I think about everything that you've accomplished in the 10 years that you've been at this, it is, if you keep at this pace, it is no telling where you'll be or what you'll be doing, 10 years from now. So,
well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I have a feeling we're going to be hearing a lot from you, moving forward. I don't think you're going anywhere anytime soon. At least we hope not, because you're a phenomenal musician and artist. So.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me on, and thank you so much for saying that.
You're welcome.
And I want to thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to go ahead and let you go and play your song so everybody can hear how great you are, and it's called How Can You Sleep? And we'd love to have you back again once you have some more projects underway, or if you just want to call and talk, and we'll play more music.
I just want to call and talk.
Okay, that's fine.
Great.
That's
fine.
So
I would love that.
Too. Once the CD is done, I'll have more to talk about on it. But, yeah, definitely I would love it. It was really fun to get to talk to you both.
Oh, thank you so much.
We would just love to have you back so you could sing about making grilled cheese sandwiches. That would be the perfect combination. Don't you think,
now I
Sam?
got to write a song about it?
Yeah, just sing about it, just mix them up while we're on air, and you can just sing as you go. It'd be great.
You got it. I'll be back with the grilled cheese sandwich song.
There you go. See?
It's so funny.
Oh, you never know what you're going to get with Pam and I when you call in. So it's just
I love it. It's awesome. I think you guys are good.
Thank you.
I won't talk to you in the Robert De Niro voice. I promise. I'll just keep my southern accent intact.
Thank you.
Well, you know what you could do too is you could do another version of Delta Dawn, because I told her every time I hear her name, that's the song that pops in my mind, and I think about that song all day long. So maybe you could do a new version, an Eric version of Delta Dawn, and sing it to her.
You got it.
She really thinks that because I have a southern accent, which she harasses me about on a regular basis. So that is really why she thinks of Delta Dawn when she hears my name. So let's just be real clear here.
I actually love that song. It was one of my mom's favorites. So
yeah, me too. I have to say it's one of my longtime favorites as well. So Eric, has been great. You're wonderful and multi-talented, and expect great things from you moving forward. I expect no less. So,
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for giving us your time today.
Hey, no problem. And glad you all had a great Thanksgiving and happy holidays.
Thanks.
Same to you. Same to you.
Have a good night.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. That was fun. That's fun.
Yeah.
I definitely love the variety, the diversity of his music, because he's, as described in many different things that I've read, it's like bluesy, rocky, folky.
Yeah.
There's all different things for so many people that there's no way somebody could not listen to at least one of his songs and enjoy it.
Well, that's why I like artists like eric-himan, because they, indie artists in particular are not stuffed inside this little box musically where their creativity is really stifled, and they're able to branch out and do all kinds of different things, and they don't have to specifically, do one particular genre. And so, people like him give, the listeners a lot of variety when it comes to listening to their music, and it's pretty much the sky's the limit. So if they could just have the financial backing that mainstream artists do, gosh, there's no telling where the indie music world would be.
Exactly.
But he's an excellent artist. I really like him. I like his music, and so I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot more from him.
I think so, too, and people will be very pleased with this formal album. As I said, I donated, so I get Formal Tuesdays, and I would highly recommend that you do that to listen to the music and even get the CD when it's done, because I have a feeling you'll be playing it very often.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm going to go ahead and play the song now, and then we'll come back and wrap up. How's that sound?
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so here's Eric-Himan and How Can You Sleep?
wow, that was a great song.
Do you not love that? The whole album is going to be that great. I mean,
yeah.
wow. And we were trying to discuss on privately what type of song we thought that would fit, what genre. And you said pop rock, and I think that would be accurate.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really rock and it's not really pop, but it's kind of a good infused mix of the two. And so, yeah.
And I could definitely hear that being played on one of the popular music stations, too.
Yeah, and that's the thing that always blows my mind, is that when I actually receive music from these indie artists, I am always saying to myself, why are they not signed?
Exactly.
Why are we not hearing them on mainstream radio? I mean, I say that so many times, it's almost like a broken record, no pun intended there. But seriously, I mean, I really am amazed, but I think, mainstream radio has gotten to be very cookie cutterish is the way I like to define it. It's, it's driven by what society wants. It's driven by what society finds to be the here and now. And, in this day and time, it doesn't really matter if you can sing or you can't. If you have the it factor, as Simon Cowell often said on American Idol, if you've got what it takes, you've got the right look, they can make you sound any way they want to in a studio. A studio can do phenomenal things. There's lots of things they can do now with someone who has no vocal ability, but the real talent is in the indie music, it's just in the indie music world, because these artists are certainly, living the dream, and they're pouring everything they have into it. And so, what you see and what you hear is what you get. There's no fancy studio conglomeration to make their sound the way it does, and that's why it's so good. It's very genuine,
I'll
very
tell you
honest.
what, if I had the money, I would start my own indie record label and sign these people and get that music out there, and I know you'd be right behind me with it. I mean,
I think what the lottery here in North Carolina, I don't know if it's statewide, it's multi-state lottery. I think yesterday it reached over $400 million, and I'm thinking to myself,
wow,
what I could do with that kind of money. I would certainly start my own record label, and I would put nothing but indie artists on it. Just go out there and say, hey, you want a record deal? Come on, let's get your music out there. And then, and I would take it to the next level. I would promote it, to all these mainstream radio channels and, and be the next RCA, because that's what they want, and they have so many, thank goodness for social media, they have so many different venues now to promote themselves. But everything we can do to help them is certainly appreciated, and and it's just another way to help them be heard. So it's the way I like to see it.
I think that, I know I've tried a lot of times with trying to promote the indie artists that I promote on a regular basis, with Melanie. We've sent emails to different labels and stuff like that, listen to the song, and, we know you'll love it. And, I mean, there's only so many times you can say that, but that 99.9% that email will never even get looked at. Yeah, and I find that a sin and a shame, because they could have so much more great music on the radio these days. Yeah. And selling more, whether it be, via iTunes or Amazon or CDs, an actual physical CD or something. I just think they could make so much money, because when you listen to a regular pop station and you hear a song that you enjoy, you don't want to hear 15 other people singing that same song or same type of song. Yeah, you want to listen to many different varieties of music. And thank God we do have our computers where we can download what we want to listen to. Because if you ever looked at what my list is, you would see everything from world music, international, different speaking language music like Italian and Spanish and that, some pop opera music, all the way down to, just regular pop music. And I think probably almost everybody in the world is like that. I would find it hard to believe that there's a huge amount of people that only want one type of music.
Yeah, it's the music industry is so diverse, and I remember when indie music was a term, and it was as part of the music industry, and it was like this kind of compartmentalized genre of music over here, off in the corner somewhere that was a specific sound or style of music. But, in the past several years, it's just really evolved into all different kinds of genres coming into indie music. And basically now it's gone from being that to, basically anyone who is making music that is not on a record label. And so that's helped to open up. But I agree with everything you said. I mean, if you listen to mainstream radio, which I don't, I listen to satellite or internet radio.
Mm-hmm.
But, when I do, in the off chance I do flip channels, it's like they're all in competition for ratings. And so they're playing the same, set of 25, 30 songs and they just play them to death. And they're all kind of, like I said, very cookie-cutterish. I mean, it's kind of the same sound. If it's a pop station, then they're playing a lot of the dance-type music, and that all sounds the same to me. And so the thing I love about indie music is you don't have that. I mean, you can find it, but there's so much diversity in what you can hear that, it's what I like to call the music industry's unintentional best-kept secret, because it really is. It's a gold mine, a wealth of music, and a wealth of great artists that have just been untapped and unrecognized. And I think, through our efforts and Mel's efforts and the efforts of many others out there who help promote indie music, that's what it's going to take to get the music heard and to give these artists a real